it's amazing the extent to which conservatives have to try their best to find something to be mad enough about to protest. You're like, what the hell are you talking about, Ben? I'm talking about hashtag dump Star Wars. So today, Star Wars, a Star Wars story, Rogue One, comes out. It actually looks pretty interesting, pretty decent. I think I might try and go and see it, if for nothing else, but to spite conservatives. Someone in the chat room wants to know, does anyone watch this? Well, they watch it at night, right? Our normal time is 9 p.m. at night, but you can obviously kiss my ass. But anyway, back to Rogue One. So Rogue One is written by a writer who has come out pretty much anti-Trump, like full-throated anti-Trump, calling Donald Trump, comparing Donald Trump to fascism, just full-throated anti-Trump. And because he came out as a full-throated anti-Trumper, conservatives have gathered together and say, we're going to protest Rogue One. Problem is, you guys aren't really successful with your protest. You try to protest Kellogg, you try to protest Starbucks, you try to protest all these things, and you don't really get how it's done. You don't take stuff that you purchased and throw it away in terms of a protest and then go buy more so that you could throw it away, or go to Starbucks and spend all your money at Starbucks just so that you can buy a cup that says your name is Merry Christmas. I mean, you guys don't really get the principle. And now you've taken on the biggest hurdle of all, trying to challenge Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is going to break all the records this weekend. So this entire dump Star Wars movement is hilarious. And just to give you an idea of what they're protesting about, I'll put it on your screen. Here's your guy. Chris Weitz is the guy who wrote the screenplay for Star Wars. He said Star Wars is against hate. Spread it. And so he has the icon with the safety pin, which is lame. The whole safety pin movement to me is kind of whack, but to each his own. That's his way of showing solidarity with, more so against, the hate-filled bullshit neo-fascist movement that has been fostered by Donald Trump. I get it, right? Okay, so you wear the safety pin, spread hate. And so by sharing the safety pin, comparing Donald Trump to just saying that he's hate-filled has elicited all of these dumped Star Wars brigade. All right, here's the thing about it. Is that the only thing you guys have to bitch about, to protest? Like, you have to dig really, really deep to feel some type of outrage to start a protest over a movie, Star Wars. Like, most of America is out protesting income inequality. They're out protesting the killing of unarmed people of color. They're out there protesting systemic injustices. And you guys are protesting a damn movie because the screenwriter hurt your feelings. I mean, talk about being triggered and being childlike. I mean, like, you have nothing. If the worst thing in the world that has happened to you this week, for which you have to protest, is that the writer of Star Wars came out against your preferred political candidate, or he's the president now, so whatever. If that's the worst thing that happened to you, then there might actually be something to this privilege conversation, because you've got nothing else happening in your life that you actually feel passionate enough to protest except a damn Star Wars movie. That is laughable. It reminds me of the war on Christmas, right? It reminds me on everyone who feels like this is such a great victory with Donald Trump because now we can say Merry Christmas. And this is just like the protest at Starbucks. The worst thing in the world that's happened to you is that you feel like you have been violated and been oppressed because someone said happy holidays to you instead of Merry Christmas to you. And this is where you want to fall on your sword. This is where you want to make your grandstand and say, we are going to protest Starbucks and Star Wars. Oh man, I guess when you, I said this the other night, and I'll say it again. When you have, how can I say this? When you have always been in a privileged position and you see the narrative of the oppressed, you get jealous and say, "Oh, I want something to protest. I want to feel that type of passion. I want to feel that type of energy. I want to be oppressed. I want to be oppressed and the oppressor." So you go out and protest a movie while the rest of the world is protesting systemic injustices, protesting war, protesting starvation wages, protesting stuff that actually matters. I think some of your lives are really, really empty and you need a cause. That's what this is.